We will end inflation and make America affordable again. We're going to get the prices down. We have to get them down. It's too much.
Economists of all stripes say that ultimately consumers pay the price of tariffs.
I don't believe
Can you guarantee American families won't pay more?
I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep playing that because that's amazing. The dude barely waited after winning the election to be like, no, I just all that stuff I said. You know, that was just like branding or whatever. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna get the prices down real fast, super fast, faster than anybody knows. No, we're not gonna do that, obviously. Who do you think I'm getting in office to help out? Well, I think the message is pretty clear, but there are still some MAGA people, and I understand why, and I feel for them, that are holding on to hope that he won't actually screw them over like he's going to. And so I wanted to talk about some of the voters in Pennsylvania. This is from Newcastle, Pennsylvania. The Washington Post went and they talked to them. And both regular voters and members of the local Republican Party are really holding out hope that Trump is not going to destroy them with his policies and his tariffs and all of that. And a lot of these people are really suffering. So again, I feel for them. Kathy Davis, a retired artist, subsists on a monthly $1,300 Social Security payment and $75 in food stamps, which we know the right every 2 months tries to cut. She rents her studio apartment for less than $400 per month. Asked whether she worries that Trump's agenda could hurt the poor, she said the incoming president is, quote, too smart for that. You can't wipe out half the population of Newcastle, she said. We are old and tired and just want to be taken care of. And Trump has too much common sense. So I don't think he is going to do anything to hurt us. And I'm going to be completely honest. I want to take a plane to Newcastle, Pennsylvania, and I want to hug her. That's what I want to do because I mean, she has faith in this guy. And she doesn't know him at all. She doesn't know who he is or what he wants or what he's done or what he's going to do. And she, like, if you are living on $1,300 and then $75 in food stamps, you cannot afford to have that cut. And they're already trying to cut it. He's already talking about they're cutting both the food stamps and the Social Security side. He has too much common sense to do grave economic harm. He already started a trade war with China the last time. This is not hypothetical. We've already been through this. He's gonna do it again, but he's gonna do it even bigger. And lots of people have tried to clue him into the damage it's gonna do to people like Kathy Davis, economists and business leaders, the sort of people that they're taught to love and worship are telling Trump, you can't do this. It's going to devastate us. And he's gonna do it anyway. Steve Tilia, 59 years old, gets $1,600 a month in Social Security disability payments, $300 in food stamps to support himself and his son. He says he's unable to work after suffering from mini strokes, which I am totally understanding of, but obviously the right thinks that if you're on food stamps and stuff like that, you need to contribute, you need to work. They don't buy most of these arguments about health. He says he's confident that Trump and GOP leaders will reduce spending by cutting the fat out of the government, not slashing benefits. It's not cutting government programs, he says, it's cutting the amount of people needed to run a program. They are cutting staff, which could actually increase the amount of the programs that we get. He thinks, and again, I want to hug him. He thinks that, no, it's fat, it's abstract. I mean, obviously there's 10 people for every job. You just get rid of 8 of them and then there's money freed up to help people like me. And that's not what's gonna happen. First of all, that can't happen. And also, that's not what Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy want to do with Doge. That's not what they're doing at all with these cuts. And so Steve Tilia, just like Kathy Davis, there's a boulder rolling down a hill right towards them. And Trump's face is on it. And Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk, and they just don't see it, Brett. And I feel really bad for them.
Right, this is the person that in my analysis, Cenk's talking to when he goes on right-wing shows. That one. The one who's like, I don't like Trump, but I voted for him. If I was a white supremacist, I'd have voted against Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. But I didn't. It's this time that I voted for Trump because I'm in such bad shape that I decided that his economic ideas sounded better than the Democrats' economic ideas. Also, they didn't tell us Biden was a vegetable. This is the person that is voted blue for a long time and then voted red for economic reasons. That is the only person to be there to hold out hope for. There's disagreement over what ways work better. And so I would love to have that. I'll have a conversation 8 days a week, but this is it. And to find a way to communicate to these folks where you can find them that tariffs only ever raise prices. That's all they do. That is how they affect labor markets and in overall markets in international trade. That's how they do it. The discussion over whether we should talk about tariffs or not is a red herring. Because what is happening now, the reason that the prices are high now are not because tariffs or no tariffs. It's free trade for the most part. And that's why prices are as low as they are and have been, specifically in technology. If you look at old ads, they're like crazy expensive than when stuff that's made here. But what's happening now is just that the CEOs are raising the prices so they can make more profit. If there's anything we can do, we need to make some kind of regulation so that they can't just do that, take your money that you're spending extra on eggs and give it to wealthy CEOs and shareholders for doing absolutely nothing, but like buying a stock 20 years ago.
Yeah. I agree with your analysis. And look, and it's frustrating to me on some level that people can, like, I get that they heard what Trump said and they thought, well, that sounds better. Well, of course it sounds better. He's just promising we're gonna have pizza every day and recess is gonna be 3 hours long. Like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Everybody is telling you that's not actually possible, but these people are desperate. And so the idea of having pizza every day sounds pretty good. And people can't watch 6 hours of political news every day. First of all, they'd lose their mind. Second of all, they don't have time. They're working, they're struggling. And so I hope that the damage to Kathy Davis, to Steve Tillia and his son is as little as possible. I feel bad that you have been so manipulated and conned. And I understand your frustration with Joe Biden and the Democrats and a lot of Democrats. And I hope that in a couple of years, when the Democrats start to have a primary and you're seeing all of the accumulated damage from what Donald Trump and the Republicans have done, I hope that the Democrats put forward a candidate that Steve and Kathy can actually get behind, and that they'll like what they are selling, and that they will actually deliver, that we'll get a real progressive in. That would be a nice change to this back and forth pattern of just big promises and no actual delivery. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.